I found a perfect example of the classical ugly girl argument. Now, for those who don't know what that is, Sergeant Willie Pete made a video last year about how a lot of dark-skinned girls are not being chosen, not because they're dark-skinned, but it's actually because they're just not attractive. Um, and I saw this today when I was watching a video from the Garnish style. It's a black girl who is married to a white man. She's Negro bedwench. She's Negro bedwench, and she coons a lot about how other races of men are so much better than black men. They treat black women with so much dignity and respect. You know, the typical yada yada. Um, so I watched an old video of her that she did like a couple weeks ago, and it was about why she dates outside her race. Um, and she talks about how, when she was younger and she lived in Compton or somewhere in the hood of LA, um, she, was told that she wasn't attractive, she wasn't beautiful because she was dark skinned, and that she was looked over because, you know, because everybody wanted the light skinned girl, everybody wanted, the mixed girl, the light skinned girl, and all that, and but she slips up. She slips up when she says that she had low self-esteem and that she was fat. My thing is that why do these girls, especially black women, love coming up believing that they deserve a man regardless of their situation? So if you're not, you're not confident in yourself, and you're not taking care of your body, if you're overweight, low self-esteem, I really don't know what you expect a man to do for you or a reason or why he should pick you. Regardless of skin complexion or shit like that. A lot of these women, a lot of these dark-skinned black women don't have any self-esteem, and some of them, or maybe most of them, I don't know, but the ones that are overweight, they feel like they're entitled, like no matter their situation, and then they'll be like, the longer I'm single, the longer I'm depressed. I'm like, wait a minute, if y'all black women are quick to say that, oh, us bitter black men, us bitter lames and shit, we don't deserve a girl because of our low self-esteem and all that shit. And it's like, if it's so easy for you to say that we don't deserve women, or we don't deserve a relationship because of our low self-esteem and our anger and our frustration, why doesn't it work for you? Why doesn't it can be flipped and where we're saying you don't deserve anybody if you're going to be a Debbie Downer, or low self-esteem, or you have some type of self-hate issue with your skin. um I'm and to me it's such an unfair comparison because a lot of these, including her, a lot of these black women who religiously date outside their race, they will be like, when they're trying to get with black men, they're usually younger, you know, it, they're usually younger, boys are looking for the most matured woman, so they're kind of eyeing the older women or the ones that mature faster. And my thing is that I don't know why, girls pay so much attention. You know, yeah, my issue is that I don't know why, why girls, especially in grade school, worry so much about what guys think. I think it's such a lazy excuse. I don't really think. I wouldn't say a lazy excuse. It is kind of, yeah, it is a lazy excuse. The guys aren't mature. These guys are just drooling off of pornography or any type of woman they see on television. And to me, they have unrealistic standards. They're boys. That's expected. And I'm pretty sure the guys that she wanted the love from weren't good guys. They weren't, guys that would treat her right. They probably weren't guys that were respectable. They were probably, the popular hot boy who has sex with all the girls. The pretty boy, and then you have the goons and all that shit. The athlete that where, girls are fighting over him. So I'm just kind of scratching my head, like, really let this be a life lesson on, if I had a daughter, I would never, let her date. I wouldn't, she better not be worried about dating on some boy. Because this is the problem with a lot of these dark skinned girls and a lot of black girls in schools, that they're too busy worrying about, physical attraction and relationships at a young age. It's one thing where you're being bullied because you're dark skinned or something like that. But it's another thing where you're talking about you wasn't chosen, you wasn't going on dates, you weren't in relationships, and you're in the sixth grade. It's like what you worried about that for? Well, why are you worried about it? And this is my thing with her, is that based off of this girl's description, she makes it seem like, okay, you had low self-esteem, you was fat, why should a guy date you? You wasn't in your prime, you wasn't really good looking then, but when you meet white guys, when you meet guys outside your race, and there was one thing where she dated an African dude, and he told her to keep wearing a wig around his friends. Where do you find these guys? It's like you're dating black men out of desperation, or just dating men in desperation in general. Because it's like I'm wondering, like, where do you meet these guys? Like, what type of niggas, were you talking to? Where you met an African guy saying cool shit like that? You know, but it's not a fair comparison when you were looking busted up when you were a child, but all of a sudden when you're older, you look good. She looks basic in my opinion. I don't really see how she can be. She looks really basic. So maybe I can kind of see how she wasn't chosen, but it's not because she was dark skinned. It was just because she's not all that. And that's the thing. A lot of girls need to understand it. They're not all that. And being the dark skin seems to be a cry wolf for most of these girls, because it's like, you know it's like they have to be in a relationship to justify their existence. you know Now, I understand that the dark skin thing was very prevalent, and it was very prevalent when I was in grade school. I really do wish that Hidden Colors 2 Triumph in Melanin came out sooner, because I noticed when that documentary part 2 came out, I noticed that a lot of people were taking pride in dark skin. A lot of people were, after that, and I noticed a lot of people were eyeing dark skin models. And I really wish that film would have came out decades early, because I think it would have saved a lot of girls' self-esteem. But I wouldn't say it's too late, but we're seeing a paradigm shift with the rise of dark-skinned women. But anyways, after watching this girl's video, to me, I just come to the conclusion of, you don't have a valid argument. You don't. And I'm sorry about all the bad things that happened to you, but You don't have a valid argument. You can't say that. Like I'm repeating myself for the umpteenth time, but you can't come up to black men looking like Gabby Sidibe, and then you run to. You finally get the hint of, okay, I'm fat. I don't have any self-esteem. Let me work on it, and then you work on it, and then you're attracted to white men and all the other races of men. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. My last issue that I want to talk about with her is that since she is married to a white man, my thing is that if she has kids, I don't know. I don't know if she has kids, but if she's planning on having kids, the best thing is for her not to have a light-skinned biracial daughter because she will be adding and creating the same frustration down to another black woman, especially another dark-skinned black woman. I don't mind black women dating outside their race. The thing is, they can't they cannot come up to me with a dual blade argument. A dual bladed argument saying that, okay, you black men don't treat us well, and you want us to be light skinned, this, that, and the third. So I'm gonna say fuck you, and I'm gonna date white men and non-black men that are way lighter than me, and I'll have a child that's way lighter than me to show that I have options. But then again, like, your child is going, especially if she comes out as a girl. I don't think there's really any issues when you have a biracial boy, but when it comes to biracial girls, that's another factor. You know, so my message is to these girls, to these women who are marrying white men because they treat you better, and you couldn't find love with black men because of you had to be light skinned to be with them. My message is to you: don't have children by these white men. You know, don't have children by them. Maybe have like a surrogate black baby or adopt a black baby or something. But I really don't see the point in having children with white men when you're going to create the very competition, you're going to create the very frustration, you're going to create the very envy, the very hatred that dark-skinned black women will continue to repeat. And I don't care what black girls rock by having biracials on the show. I don't care about t-shirts or hashtags of black unity where we come in all shades and colors. I don't care about that because it's gonna be forgotten within a nanosecond when that dark skinned girl gets rejected because she's dark, or just in the mere coincidence that he's with that the guy that she wanted to be with is with a light skinned girl or biracial. So all that unity shit will fly out the window, once there's a sexual competition. You know, everybody's for themselves. Well, team light skin, team dark skin, team brown skin, or whatever. Everybody's, is individual when it comes to sexual relations. There's no holds bar. So that's why I kind of say fuck all that we come in all shades and color unity bullshit, because it doesn't seem to matter when it comes to attracting black men or getting with black men. But that's gonna be my video.